Welcome back to another vlog, my friends. As you can probably tell, it's on the Skyline right here. So I've actually already done quite a couple of things to the car since we've last made a video on it. Most of that is cleaning it about 50 million times. You see this? See that? Genuine HKS parts. That's right, the exhaust of old has been ripped off. So, found out that I think me and my friend Dale did this over the weekend. It's obviously a Blitz Nur exhaust, which is pretty great. I really enjoyed the time with the exhaust. A really, really loud exhaust. And you're thinking probably, why did you change it? Because it's one of the ones that people use for racing. It's one of the top brands for Skyline exhaust. Well, I wanted to change it because I've been looking for a particular sound ever since I've wanted a Skyline. As childish it may seem, I wanted it to sound like the Fast and Furious Skyline. Now, without further ado, the setup I went for was a HKS Silent exhaust. Silent is definitely. And then for the front pipe, I went with the Minds Pro. So that's pretty much not exactly the setup of the Fast and Furious exhaust. You'll actually see it in the video, but from what people have figured out, that is pretty close to what it is, if that makes sense. I don't know, a Skyline just drove past. An R34, I see that a few times a day, and I'm like, I want to be friends with that person. But I think without further ado, I shall take you to the installation video. I'll see you in a minute. That's what America sounds like.
What, America?
Yeah. They have no laws on anything. Turbo noises are the best bit.
Yeah.
Now, that's the first time I installed a full exhaust system myself. The Arbitrix exhaust, I took it to a place because I thought it was confusing, but honestly it looked pretty simple. Other than that, as I say, that was the first time we've done it, and there were a few hurdles along the way. We actually did end up cutting a couple of parts. If you actually have a look at the front pipe here, it has been cut, but I do think that's stock anyway. I assumed it might have been Blitz as well, but I don't know if they do a front pipe. If it is Blitz, it doesn't have any kind of signs to show it is, and it can be welded back together and sold if anyone wants to buy it. But let's go. It is time for the sound clips. The bit you've all been waiting for. That's close enough for me. So here we are, the tip of the exhaust. This is such an awesome sounding exhaust. It gives it much more kind of sound, which is what I really wanted with the Skyline. But does it sound exactly as I wanted the Fast and Furious exhaust? I'm gonna say no. It's not really the same sound. It sounds somewhat similar. And that's what I went and expected. I was expecting it to sound similar because that's what people have got. But there's a bunch of other things that people have done as well to make it sound similar. Of course, the Skyline in the first movie had a lot more power. It was a movie. It has sound effects adjustments. But I want to get to as close to that as possible. I know it's possible to get somewhat close to it because other people have. But I would say I'm pretty close to it. One major thing is that the midsection of the exhaust really silences it. I don't have a cat. The mid cat has been taken out as a straight pipe, but it's still got the silencer in the middle, so I do think I'm going to remove that. Fun fact about that, actually. When we first fit the new exhaust, I didn't like it lined up, but this section here is missing a part, and the cat is just behind there. There you go. So basically, the cat had a cat removal pipe. We were trying to think, why doesn't it fit? Why doesn't it fit? We hadn't put the cat removal pipe / cat in place, so that's why it didn't fit, obviously. But hey, these are struggles you go through. Now, this was a process that should have taken all but, oh god, I don't know, 3 hours. We could have done it in 3 hours, 2 hours. If we had a lift, it would take no time whatsoever. Problem was, we had a bolt, which I'm actually gonna, I've got the culprit somewhere. This bolt was crusted to all hellfire, and I'm gonna keep this bolt because it took us 3 hours to get that one off. What we ended up having to do, we used heat guns, we tried everything you could imagine, hammering and WD for everything. What we ended up doing was filing the bolt down to a smaller size so we could fit a socket over it and use a breaker bar to get it up, but it got off. So that makes me think that might be why the downpipes might be stock. But I guess step one of the exhaust is done. The sound is getting there. I think this is going to sound amazing when it's done. Again, more power is going to change the sound of the exhaust note. We seem to get more turbo noises, or maybe the exhaust is just less shouty, so I hear the turbo sounds a little bit more. And we do have a lot less pops and bangs now as well, which is a little bit unfortunate because I like the pops and bangs. But again, more power will help that, and also remove the mid silencer pipe, which I possibly will. The problem with the Blitz No was because I was revving so high on kind of motorways and stuff, it was uncomfortable. And that's a problem I don't have with the RCF because it has so many gears, and 8th gear and stupid miles an hour is absolutely fine for cruising, whereas this obviously, I still need to get it places, and I just want to find a perfect balance for this because this is, again, the car that I'm probably going to keep forever and ever and ever. But a massive thank you to those that have subscribed to this channel. 20,000 subscribers already means the world to me. You know what to do. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more about the R34, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got some other videos coming soon that I'm so excited to finally be able to make. But yeah, cheers for being around. I'll see you next time. Until next time. Price. Just kind of wanted to do some kind of afterthoughts for the video. So this is the first video I've made for the channel that's not kind of the introduction thing, and I'm kind of really glad how it turned out. Hopefully you guys did too. But just want to show the Nengun shirt that they sent out for me for having to wait so long for the order. For those that know, there was a video on the main channel talking about how I was waiting for the parts to arrive. They took a while, but you know, Japanese, they're very honorable, and obviously I'm going to be using their service again. Absolutely fantastic. If there's anything you would like to see change on the style of video that I'm going to be releasing on the channel, always please let me know down in the comments. This channel is, you know, a concept in the making. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you stick around, and I'll see you in the next video.